All right, our learning target again is I can write about events and feelings from a story. So today we're going to continue and we're going to write a lot again, but we're going to write the who, what, where, when, and how from this story. We're reading another Pete the Cat book, and while I'm reading, I want you to think of who the characters are, what the characters are doing, where the characters are at, when did this happen, and how are the characters feeling, okay? Today we're reading Pete the Cat and the Missing Cupcakes. Pete the Cat and the Missing Cupcakes. Pete and Gus were as busy as could be. They were getting ready for the cupcake party. It started at 3. They were making cupcakes for everyone. Pete and Gus counted them just for fun. They had 10 when they were done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, hang on. Some of the cupcakes were gone. They were sure there had been 10. Pete said, maybe we need to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are some missing. They counted the cupcakes lined up straight. Now there were only 8. It looked like someone had taken 2, but who? Pete and Gus did not know what to do. Just then they found a clue. Gus said, "Look what I found, sprinkles on the ground. I bet it was Squirrel. She loves sprinkles." I'm noticing there's some rhyming words in this book. Squirrel said, "It wasn't me. It couldn't be. I've been at the spelling bee. Me, bee, bee." All rhyme. Uh-oh, more cupcakes are missing. Come and see. Me, bee, bee, see. They all rhyme. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was too weird. 2 more cupcakes had disappeared. Weird, disappeared. Now there were only 6. Someone must be playing tricks. 6 tricks. But who? Pete and Gus did not know what to do. Who do? Just then they found another clue. Pete said, "I bet it was Alligator. He loves to eat." Alligator said, "It wasn't me. It couldn't be. I've been learning my ABCs." Uh-oh, more cupcakes are missing. Come and see. Now there were only 4. Someone had taken 2 more. But who? Pete and Gus did not know what to do. Just then they found another clue. Do and clue rhyme. "I bet it was Turtle," said Pete. "I know Turtle loves sweets." Turtle said, "It wasn't me. It couldn't be. I've been swimming in the sea." B and C rhyme. Uh-oh, more cupcakes are missing. Come and see. What on earth was going on? All the cupcakes were now gone. Pete and Gus did not know what to do. They started looking for another clue. Do and clue rhyme. They found Grumpy Toad with icing on his face. Pete and Gus have solved the case. "I'm so sorry, it was me. I could not stop with just one. I ate and ate till there were none." 1 and none rhyme. Everyone agreed Grumpy Toad would have to miss the fun. He could not come after what he had done. Pete said, "But wait, Grumpy Toad made a mistake. This is true. Let's give him a second chance. That's what friends do." Pete told Grumpy Toad they would give him another chance. He was so excited he did a happy dance. Dance and chance. The night of the party was so much fun. Grumpy Toad brought more than enough cupcakes for everyone. Pete the Cat's cupcake party. All right, so now that we've read that, we're going to go through and we are going to figure out who the characters that we're going to write about are, what they were doing, where they were at, when did this happen, and how the characters were feeling. So I'm going to just write because it was mainly about Pete and Gus, okay? So I'm just going to write Pete and Gus. So Pete is the beginning of my sentence, and it's a name, so it needs to be an uppercase. And you spell it P-E-T-E. Pete, finger space, and it's a popcorn word, A-N-D. And Gus, G-U-S, Gus. I need a finger space. Gus is a name, so I need to do a capital G, G. G says G. Gus, G, U says Gus, G, S. S says Pete and Gus. Remember, reread as you write. Pete and Gus. So what were they doing? We could either write they were making cupcakes. We could write we're having a cupcake party. We could write we're trying to figure out who stole their cupcakes. So Pete and Gus, I'm just going to write Pete and Gus made cupcakes at home. Okay? Pete and Gus made, M-A-D, made. M says We've learned that. Made, M-A, instead of at, A is saying its name. Made, M-A-D, D. D says D. Pete and Gus made cupcakes. Cupcakes, 2 syllables, 1 word. Cup, k-up, cup. Finger space, cup. K. C says k. K, k, U says cup, k, up, p. P says p. Cupcakes, k-a-k-s, cakes, k, k. C says k. Remember, it's not a finger space because it's 2 syllables, so it's still 1 word. Cakes, k-a, a, saying its name. Cakes, k-a-k, k. And I think I'm going to go with K this time. K says k. Cakes, k-a-k-s, s, s. S says. Pete and Gus made cupcakes, finger space at, and it's a popcorn word. At, A-T. Pete and Gus made cupcakes at home. O-M, home. H says home. O. O is saying its name. Home. O-M. M says M. And that's the end of that sentence, so I need a period. Okay? Now, my who is Pete and Gus. My what was making cupcakes, and my where was at home. So I already got 3 done. Now I need when did this happen and how were they feeling? So, Pete and Gus made cupcakes at home. I'm going to just say that day because it was during the day. That day they were. And how did they feel when they were making cupcakes? Because that's what I'm writing about is making cupcakes. I'm not writing about the part where they were looking for their cupcakes. So, let's look right here. They look happy, so we could write happy. It talks about here that they were having fun, so we could write excited. I think I'm going to write that. So that. It's TH, thumb. TH. That. A says a. We've learned that. That. At. T says t. That. Day. Finger space. Day. D-A. Day. D-A. Day. D. D says D, finger space. Day, D-A. A says its name. Day, d-a-y. Y says yeah. That day, they, th again. They, a. They, a. Well, again, A is saying its name. They, a, y. Y says yeah. That day, they were, w, w is W. W says w. R says That day they were finger space. And I'm going to write happy, 2 syllables. Hap, app, finger space. Hap. H says finger space. Hap, a. A says a. Hap, app. P says happy, p-e. So p, p says p, e. E says f. Well, in this case, it's saying its name. That day, they were happy, period. Okay, so Pete and Gus, that is my who, made cupcakes. What they were doing, they made cupcakes at home. That's where. That day, that's when, because it was during the day, they were happy. That's how they were feeling. So you guys are going to do the same thing. You're going to write your who, what, when, where, and how, okay? And you need to write it about Pete the cat and the missing cupcakes. You guys can write what I wrote, or you can write your own and come up with different feelings, or you can even do a different thing that they were doing, because they didn't just make cupcakes the whole time. You can even talk about different characters. So it's totally up to you. You guys can do what you need to do. Make sure you spell your popcorn words correctly. Use your alphabet chart to help you find those sounds. Write your who, what, where, when, and how. And make sure that you're working on writing about events and feelings from a story. That's your who, what, where, when, and how. Okay? Have fun.